The Oshkosh Arena may soon be in the hands of a new owner after the building was put up for sale last month. Tonight, local leaders holding out hope the property can find success, even though it's been the focus of controversy since it opened in 2017. Jason Zimmerman has been following the story. He's live in Oshkosh with this first alert update. Jason.
Bill, so far we haven't heard of any prospective buyers coming forward since the listing first went public back on March 12th. To be successful, I'm told that the new owner would need the right kind of entertainment experience to be able to book out the arena at least 200 days a year. Advertising 80,000 square feet, the online listing for the Oshkosh Arena doesn't have an asking price, but it does highlight the lease for the Wisconsin Herd, the G League team for the Milwaukee Bucks, which runs through 2026 with a possible extension for 2 more years beyond that. It's also a place for concerts and other events.
Brings a lot to Oshkosh. The Oshkosh community really participates. We've seen the Herd be very successful in that arena. So I think there's definitely potential for that to be a great business and to bring a lot of new exciting things to Oshkosh.
However, since opening in 2017, the arena has also faced controversy, which includes a bankruptcy and being forced to close temporarily because of fire code violations. While we were unable to reach the arena owner, Greg Pierce of Fox Valley Pro Basketball, he did issue a statement to Wisconsin Public Radio, saying the decision to sell will, quote, translate into a higher profile event schedule for the community and integrate the Oshkosh metropolitan area into the national entertainment scene. And as this transformation is taking place, the time is right for new ownership to step in to take the arena to the next level, end quote. Local leaders say the property would continue to anchor the Sawdust District redevelopment.
We're excited about the prospect of a new owner invigorating some new life into the project of running the arena, which I think is really the key issue. We've got a great anchor with the Wisconsin Herd, but we need to add more events to that venue to really make it work.
The city manager also tells me plans to break ground on another project, the Mill on Main, is still a go this fall. Construction would take place just north of the arena. Reporting live in Oshkosh, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.